So the key findings from the study of abemaciclib and Kaposi sarcoma is that we included people with and without HIV. The population itself included participants who'd had prior KS systemic therapy and those who had had no prior KS systemic therapy. For people with HIV who have KS, they actually tend to have HIV therapy, antiretroviral therapy that treats KS. But a lot of the time they have chemotherapies that can actually deplete their CD4 T cells, and KS is a condition that's very closely associated to T cell dysregulation. And so giving repeated cycles of chemotherapy, because KS is a recurrent condition over time, can lead to impact on CD4 lymphopenia. And so the exciting thing about this study is that the abemaciclib was actually T cell sparing, and it led to a response rate of 84% in all participants. And it's an oral therapy, so a lot of people with KS are from around the world, and they tend to have these standard agents, many of whom are IV-based chemotherapies, and in limited resource settings, it can be very hard to get IV-based standard therapies. And so this is an oral agent. It's been very well studied in patients with breast cancer who have hormone receptor positive breast cancer. So we're excited that a drug that's already available for breast cancer can be utilized for a disease like Kaposi sarcoma that is virally associated and affects people around the world. So we're very excited to present the response rate of this novel class of agents for Kaposi sarcoma, in that the response rate was 84% among all participants. In those who had had prior systemic KS therapy, so who had had multiple lines of chemotherapy in the past for this relapsing tumor, they had a response rate of 81%. And in those who had had no prior KS therapy, the response rate was actually 90%. So it's very exciting to see these results of an oral agent, abemaciclib in KS. We've also highlighted in our presentation evidence of a preliminary mechanism of action that, given that this tumor is virally associated, we're actually seeing the effects of this drug on viral components that lead to the pathogenesis of KS, one of which is the virus actually has its own cyclins. So the fact that you have a drug that could target both the tumor but also components of viral pathogenesis is extremely exciting. So we have an ongoing expansion cohort at our site. This is including patients who have advanced stage KS, so people who may have swelling of their legs, involvement of KS in other parts of their body. So we have this cohort currently open at our center for validation of the results we have. Our current study has a cohort of 28 participants that's open for enrollment. In terms of future directions, I think thinking about moving away from the T-cell depleting agents that unfortunately currently are the standard for KS, and looking at targeted agents, those that actually address viral pathogenesis and help maintain the CD4 T cell is extremely important for the field.